looking for you. Awesome, man.
What's going on, man?
So sick.
All right, we'll go for the hug. How are you?
Oh, come on in.
Yeah, we found you.
How is everybody?
Awesome.
Good?
Yeah, man, this is cool.
Did the ticket thing work, dude?
Yeah. Well,
Do good, Clay.
Thank
you.
They scanned theirs, no problem.
Look who done showed up, y'all. Back up a little bit. I can't see. Look at this.
What's going
Here we
on,
are.
The
man?
whole crew
We're out
done
here.
showed up.
Heck yeah.
Freaking Gator Nationals, man.
Freaking Gator Nats.
Awesome.
Here we are.
Dang.
This is awesome,
Y'all
man.
come on,
Got the setup.
show you around.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be like this.
Man, I did not expect this.
It's gonna be
at all.
fun.
This is wild. Look at the buffet. We got food. If this was Emilio's world, we'd be just covering that.
For real.
This is the setup we need. We got hot dogs.
Just a weenie roller.
A weenie roller.
Ready for some
So
buns.
this is my team owner's wife. This is Whitney, Brent.
Hello.
Hey,
Wyatt,
guys.
Nice to
Kyle.
meet you.
Pleasure to meet y'all.
Wyatt.
It's great to meet you.
So I told y'all I had a surprise.
Yes.
So do I need to get somebody to hold y'all's camera while I'm
No,
doing
it-
the surprise? Or Wyatt's? I guess
I got it.
you got it. Well, y'all
Wyatt's
come
cameraman.
on.
I'm just the camera guy today.
Wyatt's
camera guy.
builder, cameraman, whatever he needs to be for the day. I hold my own.
Hey Whitney,
So-
you're gonna have to do double duty.
You gotta.
I can hold it. I'll hold
No,
it.
no, they gotta catch
It's
you
not like
fast.
that.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You gotta.
Oh man. You notice everything's like kind of here and here. Yeah, it's a new stealth sponsor thing. Exactly. It's like a stealth sponsor deal. We got PFI Speed here. We got the Booster Boys here. Y'all are quickly becoming like part of my family. So y'all go and like grab the corner.
Oh man, this is amazing. Yeah, this is amazing.
Check it out. You guys ready? Are we good? That's why.
Oh, no way, bro!
That's sweet.
Oh my gosh, bro!
So good.
That was amazing. Oh my gosh!
That's badass.
Wow, dude! Dude, bro! No way! No way! Yeah, man! That's Disney.
So I know y'all are constantly, I'm gonna look at your camera. These guys are constantly trying to make power. He's trying to always go quicker early. So I wanted to give y'all the quickest, fastest early numbers, end numbers.
This is fast forward.
Ultimate booster boy right here, bro.
I don't know about that.
For the fastest thing in the world.
Well, the truth is, this was like everybody here wanted to do this because Whitney owns half of this car with Doug, and they're like, go for it. They know that y'all are awesome to me, and we want to do something cool for y'all.
It's amazing, man. That's freaking sweet.
Heck yeah.
Amazing.
Heck yeah.
I want to thank everybody.
So now we just got to go out here and run good, right?
Yeah, that's it. This is amazing. No way! Can't even believe it.
Okay, pick it up some pushes right here.
We're gonna make a record pass today, right?
We're gonna get after. We're gonna stomp on that loud pedal. So if you can see down in there, I don't know if y'all can really see or not. That's kind of where some of the business really starts.
Right.
So what we see right here, that's the clutch controller. So when I let go of the clutch, it's kind of like how you just put the deal on to control the throw-out bearing on the MR2. This is what that does. It controls how quickly or slowly the throw-out bearing moves. Starts right there. Move on into here, you'll start to see a lot more of electronics. This box here is a timer box that actually controls the air over pneumatic timers out there. Race pack data system, I'm sure y'all are very familiar with that. And then if you get in my office here, it's pretty simple, to be honest with you. The steering wheel, obviously a butterfly steering wheel. We have a brake handle instead of a brake pedal. To open the parachutes, you just simply push that lever forward. This is the fuel on off right here. And you can turn the ignition switch off on this thing all you want to. Once it's running on nitro, it doesn't matter. It don't like it when the ignition's cut off. But to kill the car, you basically run it out of fuel. My job in here is pretty simple. I do all the settings, I do all that in the car, where a lot of the drivers, the crew chief does it all outside the car. So like I set the fuel flow, I charge the clutch, I do all those things because I've done it forever. So I kind of know what we need to do. And I know we got to make this a quick tour, so we're going to do fine. That's fine. We'll make y'all edit a lot.
So fun, dude.
This is freaking insane.
Wild, bro. Wow. Love it.
So moving back here, this is the fuel pump on the car right here. This whole chunk of aluminum right here, that is the fuel pump. And if you notice, there's a 2.5-inch fuel line coming from the front of the car that feeds the fuel pump.
Fuel line.
Yeah.
Look at that right there.
That's
2.5
huge.
inch. Yeah, man.
Huge. So you got these two -12s going up to the injector when that's on here. You'll see two 44 amp mags. Nitro burns really, really slow, so both mags fire together, dual spark plugs. And these things, if you think about a welder, here's a good way to think about it. If you turn your welder to 88 amps, that's what's happening at the end of the spark plug wire. You can literally weld at 88 amps. Moving on back, it's Alan Johnson, all billet aluminum Hemi block. These things, they're amazingly tough and yet fragile at the same time. I mean, if you get something out of whack and you detonate this thing, it doesn't like it. Obviously, you know, you kick the rods out or something, it gets ugly. Blocks are pretty strong though, pretty amazing. You can, 496 cubic inch motor is all these things are. It's not like they're gigantic motors. So it's a 4.1874, 4.5 inch stroke, make 11,000 horsepower. Into the clutch area, good old Bonafont titanium bell housing. It has 6 discs. I know a lot of y'all stuff is twin discs. This thing has 6 discs in it. Has no transmission. It is a direct drive deal. The only transmission we have, if you look from here to here, all this is for reverse. When the car's in forward, it is direct drive. This right here, we call this the cannon, this part here. So when I hit the loud pedal, there's a switch under the gas pedal that starts all the timers on this car. And the throwout bearing at that point, when it's wide open, will start backing away. So it's like making a pass and you have been controlling the clutch pedal, you know, to make it leave. This thing's doing it for me. I'm not doing it. All I'm doing is going wide open. The clutch is slipping according to how they've got it set up. And so all that's pre-done. Every single run, complete engine rebuild, another clutch, different set of heads, rods, pistons. I mean, it's nuts. It's nuts. Moving back further a little bit, 12-inch ring and pinion gear in here. We're only allowed to run a 320 rear gear. Everybody has to run a 320 gear. So, you know, you think about a hot rod, you know, a lot of times you run a 411 gear, 456. Right. We run a 320. We wish we could run like a 290, to be honest with you. But, so everybody's got the same rear end of these things. So moving up here, you see this big giant rear wing on this thing. Rear wing on this car, I was telling you, the front wing at 300 is about 3,000 pounds of downforce. The rear wing at 300 is about 10,000 pounds of downforce. And it's limited as to what angle and how far behind the car we can put it. That's according to rules, but so it is adjustable though. We just can't go beyond maximum.
I was gonna say, I never realized how beefy this structure was for this thing.
Yeah,
so beefy. We're a little bit ahead of here,
guys, today.
This is so cool. I'm a little bit in heaven.
Puts the cylinder out while going down the racetrack, you can feel it.
Really?
The car will dart over one way or the other. Plenty cars are worse than these are, but you can be making a good run, and all of a sudden, if it just makes it move, just put a hole out. Really? So it lost downforce on one side.
Why I was just saying how surreal this is.
It's crazy.
This is wild.
This is something I think y'all will find
crazy.
Cool. So I was telling you, we can't change on gear size. So Goodyear is the only company that makes tires for Top Fuel cars. So since we can't change gears, you'll see the tires, this is all tires back here, the rollout on them are different. So, you know, we measure the circumference of the tire, and if the track is really, really good, you know, we'll put a short tire on, which gives us a lower gear ratio so the car will leave harder. If it's hot and crappy outside, we try to put a tire that's got a lot of rollout. So that's kind of how we change our gear, and that's why we got, you know, 5 or 6 sets of tires around here ready to go. Because we'll get 8 to 10 passes out of a set of tires. They last longer than you think. Even with the big smoky burnout, you know, you think they wouldn't last that long, but they do. This was just now getting put together. There you go, Brent. Ah! And if I get rambling and just freaking tell me to shut up, whatever.
No, ramble away, bro.
So, because we change rods, pistons, and the compression, even though we try to make it the same, you know, everything changes on a top fuel car every single run except for one thing, unless you throw the rods out, and that's cam timing. The crank and the cam timing are the same. If this block stays in the car, that stays the same. So cam timing is hugely critical. Like, it's got to be exactly the motor set there, this motor here,
Gotta be the same.
gotta be the same, like within 1/4 of a degree, because that's the only constant. We change superchargers, we change heads, rods, pistons, all that stuff.
Change all the hard parts.
Yep. So that is a critical thing. We're really big on the cam timing of these things. And if you look at the cam's got all these bolt holes, and that's so that we can alter, you know, we can make sure the cam timing gets exactly where the crew chief wants it every single time. One run, you're gonna burn 13 gallons of fuel in a run. And about 5 gallons to warm the car up, so right at 20 gallons, you know, to make one run. And a drum of fuel, I know y'all been messing with nitro on Fong's car. A drum of fuel is $1,536.
That'll come with a little time and experience.
It's awesome.
Surprise!
2325 after the run with me in it.
Right.
After the run. So it weighs a lot more when it's full of fuel.
With all of
Keep the compression from the objective here is to not tear it up and whatnot, and I'll just fix the fuel. So back to the 101 and the 104 gas tank.
Okay, so put the 101 back over here.
Yeah, so they're marked wrong.
Those important decisions.
Yeah, and that's why I don't
That's awesome.
I know how to put it. We have a great combination that way because I don't question squat.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
And I don't tell
him how to drive either. I told Brent that I showed you a little bit of Tom's car on the nitro. Didn't like timing, huh?
Love it.
What a shock!
What a shock. I'm still learning, but I'm determined to figure it out.
I can already tell you where you're going to end up.
Where am I going to end up?
Well, you'll need a magneto.
Yeah, we already talked about it.
And you'll need a magneto. The difference, as you go up in nitro percentage, the flame front really slows down a lot from what you're accustomed to.
Yeah.
So around 50%, the fuel's considered denatured, meaning you can't make a big giant bomb out of it.
Yeah.
104 right, 101 left.
Correct. Yeah.
Hey.
The gas will go over there. That's more compression over there, right? The block down. And nitro is considered a solvent. Long story short, we're back to you. The nitro takes a long time to burn, so that's why putting advance in the timing makes it run better, because you're burning more of the fuel by starting the fire sooner. Yeah. Because it's helpful to have a little bit of crank angle you know, to push
Yeah,
the
to
rod
push it
down,
down.
not try
Yeah.
to drive the pin straight through the rod.
Right, exactly.
So, but as you go along, you're going to need spark duration.
So I can keep the coil firing like longer, basically. I can say start now and just keep
Can you calculate that over crank duration in degrees?
You could calculate that for sure.
So we have like 20 degrees of spark duration. That's why the joule number looks low on these ignition systems to you.
Yeah.
Because joules is a measure of energy over time. And because we have such a long spark duration, it really doesn't tell you millijoules go down. And you would think, well, I'm better than they are.
Yeah,
you know? But we don't have one brilliant flash. It welds for a little while.
Yeah.
And that's what the nitro flame front needs. It needs a kernel, and it needs the kernel to get bigger and bigger over a longer period of time. That way it can accelerate the flame front by having more spark durations. Now we're limited to what we have. They don't want us getting in a back development war, you know, which we would gladly do.
Yeah, of course.
You know, to get more spark.
Yeah.
You know, because it would
more fire,
we'd be able to run more fuel.
Yeah. Right.
If we can, and we all know the fuel volume is where the power is. You know, so more volume is generally, you know, nets you more power. Yeah. So that's what you're after.
Yeah. So I wanted to try to figure out doing a couple ways too, where I was going to put the methanol on its own set of injectors and then the nitro on its own set, and then blend it in the cylinder. I wanted to try that. So instead of metering it like how you mix it, I think I can mix it at the hole by metering what I put in there. And so say like if I could find a sensor to do cylinder pressure, right? Like you were saying, I could say, okay, this hole's looking unsafe. Let's put more methanol in it and take some of the nitro away from that hole.
Well, yeah, what you're doing is you're changing the percentage of nitro in that cylinder.
Right, and I could use it for traction control as well. So I could have, like we leave on methanol, so the tune's kind of simple, and then blend in the nitro.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do. Don't let your imagination hold you back.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that you can do with the methanol is to spray the methanol so it cools the intake charge. You know, like if you were to introduce the methanol as soon as you could in the induction system, so it had to travel a longer path, it would cool the inlet air
more. So the methanol should be on the outside injector, the nitro should be closer. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. The other thing that you're going to find will make you more free power is keep the nitro as cold as you can keep the nitro.
Oh, really?
Water and you know, keep it in the beer cooler and run the nitro out of the beer cooler. Since you have your dyno,
wow.
You should try chilling the fuel and see what the impact is on horsepower.
All right, so Clay's gonna mix some nitro.
Yeah, so this thing right here is our hydrometer. I know I've been seeing Long and Jamie and y'all mess with that thing.
Yeah.
The old hydrometer. We used to use those. This thing here is the ticket. I still use the beaker, but I don't have to use the hydrometer part of it anymore.
Dude, this is sick.
Crazy. So I'm pulling the sample out of here.
You pull a sample out.
Yep. So it gives you the temperature, and that's the percentage right now. 88.9, which is higher than what Mike wants it. So I'll just double check myself. Sometimes it moves around a little bit. So that's about where it's at. So that means it needs alcohol in it.
Chemistry, physics, math, all that crap.
And race it all at once. Love it. I'm just in awe and fascinated at every little thing.
He keeps saying he's rambling, but I love it.
I love it too. Like keep rambling and tell me to hold something.
Knowledge that you have in your mind. It's just nuts.
20-some years. Don't ask me about nothing else. This is my world. You know what I mean? This is what I know.
Yeah.
All right.
Modern problems.
So I told you it was going to be 7 to 8. You did. Yep.
Hey, right on the money.
On the money. I'd pour that in my Civic.
Exactly. So that's ready to run.
Let it eat.
Let it eat. Alright, so they're about to start the top fuel car, and this is incredible. Welcome to PFI Ski. This is on nitro, so that's why this is when it gets cheerful.
Boy, I stayed over here.
Let's go. I'm not crying, you're crying.
I like how you can hear the nitro coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds so good.
It goes like from a normal sounding car to loud.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We have radios in the car. We've got a master shut-off device that Mike has. He can push a button, and no matter where I'm at on the racetrack, it'll disconnect the throttle. So if he sees a cylinder out or anything like that, he'll push the button. It always surprises the crap out of me because I'm like wide open, you know, going down through there, and then he hits that button. It's like, it's idle, you know. So, and I'm not doing it. But we got radios, you know. If I feel something, see something, as loud as these things are, we can still talk. Trust me, it's crazy, but I think we have a lot of.
Coming out of Jim Campbell's car down there. Something off in the fuel system or something weird going on. And this day it is without
Body goes down around Lake Alexander on the Budweiser side of the racetrack. It is a odd couple between Blake and Jim, but they get along famously.
This is nuts. Really sweet. This is wild. It's almost like the same, but there's like
drag racing.
Yeah.
It's not a whole bunch on the Civics.
Yeah.
Stomps on that loud pedal ball, you're right there with them, pushing them right along. No mechanical issues. Just keep the crew operating to their full ability. My brother here and the car too. Above all, keep my brother safe in Jesus' name.
Amen. Yeah, let's go. You never know.
I know, that's intense.
I could see you doing it though. You'd be a world champion.
If they offered, I would not say no.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
We just have fun back there mixing our fuel.
Yeah. We got Wyatt making sure the engine goes together with his team, yelling at Goofy.
We need a team. Yes.
We do got a good team.
Make sure y'all take care of him.
Yeah,
Not,
absolutely.
each one of y'all. All right? All right.
All right. He's a teddy bear, I'm sure.
There we go.
That was awesome. Woo!
I don't know if the deal is.
Haha!
Oh, that's sick, brother.
Oh my god, dude. That was intense.
That was crazy.
That was awesome. What it takes to do this. This is just awesome. Teamwork is working it. Yeah, man. That was intense.
Is that cool or what?
That was so cool.
Nice lap. Nice lap.
Nice lap.
387 or 378. Dude, look at that 60 foot though.
0.83.
214.
3 second 8.
3-0 to the 8th, dog.
I noticed it because it went up. I'm like, all right, that's sick. Where did he go?
Let's go, guys.
It didn't have that big G spike, but I said it, you know, it just didn't. Is it hot the whole way, Mike? Like maybe I need to just do a little shorter burnout?
Well, that was what I was getting ready to look at. Just, you know, it acts hot.
Yeah.
It acts hot. And it's really bothered by letting the clutch out. I don't like that. I don't like that. Push the clutch back in. Let it coast.
Do you have any lockout?
One. I didn't want to hit the tire cylinders. That's too chicken.
Dude, that was all we needed to do.
Couple degrees less timing than I was supposed to have.
What's the top fuel just overall record?
362 with a 3, and I have been 362 with an 8. So I'm still second quickest or whatever, but
Same mile an hours?
no, actually, so we don't really like study mile an hour, to be honest with you, a whole lot. 'Cause, you know, y'all know this. First person to get there is the quickest, you know, and they measure the speed. The last, this car's been 335, and I think the fastest top fuel car ever is 337 or something. But yeah, Mike is big on getting it early, and you know, a lot of times when you really get after it early, the thing just doesn't mile an hour as much.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have
Short
as long-
track it,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Because quick's what wins.
Right.
Right here, this is our timing. So we run the timing out, and once it gets so far down the racetrack, it'll, if we continue at that timing, it'll probably spin the tires. We need wheel speed, like at the step, and then you can see we took a ton of timing out and kept it out, and then started ramping it back in. And then, as the clutch starts coming, you can see the G's just steadily go up. So it makes it up, you know, I told y'all earlier, you know, like on a massive run, it'll be 6 G's. It's 5.34. Yeah.
Pulling some G's.
And that wasn't a great, you know, it was a nice smooth run, did everything we wanted to do. Mike wanted it to go a little quicker. Me, I'm happy as freaking clam. I know that run will stay in the top 16. Right. You know, so the move,
So what
here
is
comes
that?
Mike again.
What is that jumble around there on the drive shaft?
The rod bearings say it doesn't have enough timing.
Uh-oh. They're okay though, right?
Oh, they're all perfect. They look better than tested.
I figured we were going to run 73 or 74. I was a little bit disappointed when it went 78. I'm like,
It needs more timing because it should hit the bearings a little bit, you know what I mean? Right.
that means the bearings aren't seeing enough power.
Exactly.
It's too safe. We need to squish them.
You gotta squish them a little bit. Not
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Just
Little bit of squish.
Another degree.
Because we're gonna put new bearings in after the run anyway, so.
But we can smash the steel back on the bearing because we're
we're putting that much pressure on the bearing, it makes, I'm gonna show you why your bearing
It is sick. I love this stuff. This is the stuff I enjoy, man.
So can you see how it's wider here than there?
Yep.
But look at the overlay. You know, we still have the
You still
coating
see
on
the
the
squish.
bearing.
Yeah,
but there's
yeah.
so much cylinder pressure that the steel back is a big part of the component that goes into these bearings being able to absorb the shock, you know, from the pressure of the, you know, in the cylinder
pressure, yeah.
Because we're, you know, we're making maximum pressure really close to TDC there, you know, and it's trying to
shove it right into the
it's
crankshaft.
at 12 o'clock instead of it being, you know, 5 minutes over.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so where you have some angle that you could make
Shove
the
it
crank
down.
accelerate around. So when you put the, when you start doing things like monitoring cylinder pressure and you start doing really high speed photography and whatnot, you'll see the engine accelerate and decelerate with each cylinder firing. Like if you were to have moving the rod and pistons, you know, pushing the crank around and okay, I'm all done. You let my valves open and let all the air out, and now it hasn't fired again yet, so it's waiting for another piston to push it down. And in my case, I make it run backwards a little bit sometimes in between. I did that a lot last year. How's the Weezer?
We're good. We're going to call it a 1.5-2. Turns real nice and smooth.
Same as it went up there?
Yep.
Let me slip this bearing right. Anyway.
What's the best 60 you've seen right now?
Me?
I'd like to know.
My best ever is 809.
Almost a 7.
Do you know what the fastest one is recorded?
That could be it, actually.
No one's done a 7? 1.7?
And I know I am still the quickest in the 8th mile because when Brittany broke my record, she went like 3 flat to 8th mile. I went 298 in the 8th mile. 2.9.
Yes.
That's the quickest 8th mile run ever still.
No one's ever been in the 2s?
Well, like I said, I went 2.98 and
0.98.
the quickest behind me I think is 3.00.
So you're the
I mean 289, excuse me, 2.89.
All right, you're going to want to see this.
Coming. This is sick, guys.
So now you get to see our air pump. So this is a you know, a post-run inspection. So we're very, very anal about, you know, what the clearances are from the rotors to the case. That gives us our reference of.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. 2, no good there. Oh, 2's tight there. 2's good there. 2's good there. Huh. That's weird. I wonder why that one's like that. Oh, it's not bad right there, but it's loose up there. Alright, so you can video. You're videoing?
Yep.
There you go. That's good. This is not top secret.
2 degrees retarded from normal. By the time you can mark, it's 2 all over the place with the timing light to actually get a good look at it. Get it all dialed in by some of your beer off. Right?
I hope it happens sooner than that.
He's going to have to do 2 or 3 episodes.
Good job, by the way.
Thanks.
That was awesome.
That's pretty good. It's a really good way to start the year.
That was awesome.
Really good way. Really happy.
Yeah.
Really happy.
All right, we're making the trek out of here tonight. I really appreciate everything.
Sure, you're welcome.
It's pretty awesome. I want to say thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
We will see you tomorrow.
All right.
Whatever you need.
More
I love
boots.
it. More boots. Always
More
more
boots.
boots. Thank you, sir.
All right,
Have a good evening. So the team tonight's just getting everything set up for tomorrow. Getting all the engine stuff prepped out. The supercharger stuff prepped out. The clutch. And hit it again in the morning. I'm really looking forward to seeing how fast we can go tomorrow. I want to give a big thank you to Clay for bringing us out here, putting the stickers on the cars and making us feel like just part of the team. It's a pretty special deal to me, so this is awesome. But I appreciate you guys watching. Give me a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. And let's stomp on that loud pedal. Ah.
378 and 317. Woo!